rock star, cause tonight I'm getting out of line and it's alright. Feeling like feeling like just as cool as John Wayne in his movies. Feeling like I'm James Dean and I know it. Feeling like feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star. Feeling like a rock star.
But it's not that easy. You're complicating things for me. No, it's not that easy. Maybe just a little time can heal me, but it doesn't feel the way. What are you doing to me? Why'd you break my heart? Left me in the dark, dark. Why'd you have to go? I don't wanna feel this way. Though I'm broken, I'm still hoping I could be with you. I'm still breathing, it's not easy. I'm just a fool for you. That stupid. Thought that we were meant to be. Yeah, I'm just that stupid. Maybe just a little time can make you change your mind about us. I thought that we were meant to be. Why'd you break my heart? Left me in the dark, dark. Why'd you have to go? I don't wanna feel this way. Hoping I could be with you.
just wanna hear you say that you want me to. I told you I can't get you off my mind. Come let me hold you now. I wanna lay in your arms. Come let me love you now. Yeah, you're the one that I want. I wanna stay here. I wanna stay here with you. I wanna stay here with you. La 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 la. I wanna stay here with you.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Tuesday Night Studio Sessions. My name is Sean. I'll be your host. I've been looking for my Webcam 8K and I can't find it, so that part of the presentation won't happen tonight. But today is a very, very exciting day for me. The Insta360 Insta360 RS 1-inch 360 mod came out today. I ordered it 15 minutes before the time it was supposed to come out. The website just automatically changed and I automatically bought it. And so it should be sent out in 2 days. But tonight we're going to talk about this guy. I 3D printed a cage for my battery and core. And the only thing I'm missing is the lens, that part right there. So the reason I printed this out today was I wanted to do a size comparison, even though I don't have the camera yet. But we're going to go through and look at the website. We're going to look at videos of samples of this camera. And I'm going to talk about some of the decisions that they made. And why I think they're valid, but I know a lot of people are frustrated that it's not an 8K camera, but we're going to address a lot of those things, okay? So yeah, let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can see me. Pretty excited that a couple things right off the bat. I'm pretty excited that this mod works with the R and the RS. So that's pretty exciting. So I don't need to buy a whole nother RS core. I might go ahead and just buy a new RS core so that I can get 2 of them. But depending on how good this camera is, I'm just bought one. So one should be here probably. If it's anything like the Insta360 Sphere, I'll probably get it like next Wednesday, maybe. That's the hope. So One Vision Aerial says my audio and my video is good. That's sweet. I noticed that my little Streamlabs bot is working. So I saw that earlier on Dad Random's live stream and I was like, man, I need to get that hooked up. So played around with it for a little bit. It comes free with Melon, free with Streamlabs. So so we'll get some kind of random chats will keep coming up. It might get annoying. I've got it set to every 5 minutes. So so hopefully that's not too annoying. Just to keep the ball rolling. We got 7 people in here. So first of all, let's talk about my predictions. So I put a random live stream up on Saturday evening. So they announced the camera Saturday morning. And I have known about this camera for over a month. So a friend of mine went to the Insta360 warehouse and he was shown a camera, and he knows how geeked out I am over Insta360 and how I've been trying to get on their beta program and all that kind of stuff. And so he sent me a picture. And there's really no point in me showing you the picture that he sent me now, because we've got videos of the camera now. But he showed me a picture last month, and he said, you got to promise not to tell anybody or show anybody. You can't even talk about it on your channel. So to keep my relationship with Insta360 good, in hopes that one day I will be one of their ambassadors or beta testers or anything like that, I kept my promise. But Saturday, when they announced the teaser, I would have gotten everything right about that teaser anyway, just because of all the Easter eggs that were in there. Okay. So, and I didn't have an NDA. My friend didn't have an NDA. So anyway, so I could have shown that picture, but for future, building a relationship with Insta360, I didn't want to do anything against the rules. Okay. And YouTube, there's kind of this game to be like the first one to say something about something. So that's what Saturday was about. I was like, looking at this teaser, I know 90% of what I need to know about that camera. So I can't remember how long the live stream was. It was maybe 45 minutes. And I went through and analyzed that video, the teaser video, frame by frame. Okay. I even went through the website, not in the live stream, but before that, I went through the live stream, I went through the website to see if I could, since I'm a web designer, sometimes people name images, certain things, and you can see how the rest of the website was organized, and you can kind of hack the website, change the letters R to 1R to 1RS, and, you can move around, and, generally there's an organization to the website. And if you find out that pattern, you can get around all of the sites that are hidden. So I tried that. But the predictions that I came up with, I already knew it was a 1-inch sensor. The picture that he sent me didn't have 1-inch sensor on it, but by looking at it, I knew it was a 1-inch sensor. By looking at the video, the teaser video, I noticed that all of my 360 cameras, all of my cameras that have 2 lenses have 2 connectors, and all of my cameras that have 1 lens has 1 connector. Okay, you see that? So here's the different. Let me switch over to this camera. So this is the difference. Let me get that up there. So 4K camera only has 1 connector. 360 camera has 2 connectors. Okay. So that was my second giveaway on the trailer, that it was a 360 camera. And I was like, they already have a 1-inch sensor camera that works with the RS. They've already sold it with the RS. They're not going to come out with another 1-inch sensor, just flat camera. So I was like, that has to be a 360 camera. That's what Insta360 has been known for. And then, so a lot of people started asking me questions. One of the questions that I got a lot of is it going to be an 8K camera? And I mentioned in one of my comments to him that, to the guy that, sorry, I was just reading the chat. The guy that commented to me, he was like, do you think it's going to be 8K? And I said, I don't see why not, because there's a 4K, that it could easily be 4K on each side, because the 1-inch sensor right now, like before this morning, the 1-inch sensor already did like 5.7K. So it was pretty close to 6K already. But I understand why it's not an 8K camera. just because of battery and overheating and all the things that go in. The fact that we have a modular camera system that with one core and one battery, we can, well, it's a different battery. We can run all these different lenses. Like, I love this system, and I wish more things were modular. I have drones that I can remove the camera and put on a different camera. I think that's wonderful. You don't have to, every time you want a new camera, you don't have to buy a new drone. Cameras have been that way for years, like a Canon camera or Sony or Nikon, Minolta. All of these cameras have removable lenses, and so you spend a lot of money on the bulk of the camera, and then if you want to, you can go get different lenses and put on there. So I think a modular system is a wonderful idea, and I hope more cameras are modular. Even DJI came out their new action camera. It's a modular design. So there's a small version of it, and then there's a double version of it that has twice the battery power. The Insta360 Go, even though it's not really modular, but it has a modular, it has a case that you can put the camera in and charge it and then bring it out and record some more, and kind of like AirPods. So I really, really like the modular design. And I love everything about that. So before we go into the website and videos that I've downloaded to show you guys, I want to give you guys a size comparison of this camera. So I'm going to put that there. I think I need to move my mouse out of the way. We're going to go over here. So what we have here, this is the Insta360 ONE X2. This is a 3D printed case that I designed today based on a silhouette. So I basically drew a vector shape of the silhouette of the camera, and then I 3D printed just kind of a shell. And I started with a Thingiverse file that already was, where's my red one? I lost my red one. It's a Thingiverse file that started out like that. But I wanted to see where the lens was, and I also wanted to see, like, this is my vertical battery that came with my aerial edition, the original sphere. This is the 1R core, but it's not any different than the 1RS core. It's right here. And then this is the 1R, and this is the 1RS with the 1-inch edition. So I wanted to take the lens cover off of the 1 edition, the 1-inch edition, and put that right next to this hole. So the hole that I created right there is basically the same size as the lens. Now this is a flat lens, and the 360 lens is probably going to be a little bit more bulbous, but not much, I don't think. And then the reason, and if you look at the side of the 1-inch edition compared to the side, let's do that the other way, compared to the 4K edition, the 1-inch already had a big bulge that stuck out of the back of it. So the reason for all of this bulk is whatever they had to put in here, they're going to need all this bulk to put 2 sensors and 2 lenses. So I'm going to go ahead and put my lens cover back on that. And so that's kind of the difference in size. It's definitely bigger, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. So this is kind of what you'll be walking around with. It definitely has some size to it. And one of my plans is to create a VR 180 rig with 2 of these. I think having 2 1-inch sensor VR 180 lenses, I think, would be awesome. But yeah, so that's my size comparison. So Shifted Motor Vlog says they didn't send you one, huh? I always wondered how to get these companies to send out cameras. So I've been building a relationship with Insta360 for a while. And so I've reached out to them, and a couple other people have reached out to them as well. So I don't know if I'm on a wait list or what. I know Nacho Rolling was an ambassador for a little while. Back during the Go days, he actually told me about the Insta360 Go before it came out, and then I don't know. I think they dropped Nacho, and it was a bad thing. So let's go through and check out the chat. Let's see who all's here. So I got a chat 7:10 this morning from Z352KD. I don't know, something like that. He said it was all business. And then Mr. B chatted and said, let's get this show on the road. So I think they thought my live stream started at 7 a.m. or I just created the live stream. And then One Vision Aerial was first in the chat tonight. Steven Drones is in the house. Jim's Droning is in the house. Sunrise Water Media is in the house. Can't watch tonight, so he's not in the house anymore. But I'll just give him a little shout out. He did show up for a little bit, and I missed talking to him, so that's a bummer. So you might know that there's a new thing in here called Streamlabs that keeps like giving spam in the chat. This is the first night that I'm testing it out. And apparently I set every one of them to 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes, they all come out at the same time. So I'm going to have to reorder those things. But yeah, Eat More Possum is in the chat. He's on his way home. So maybe he's home by now. Shifted. We already talked to Shifted. Charles Golaski's here. Golaski. And I think that's it. So those are all the people that are chatting up. So let's get into the website. What time is it? 7 o'clock. So the pre-show's over. Peace out, pre-show. Let's get into the real thing. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and turn my live stream off over here. So let's go through the website. I need to share it, huh? All right, here we are. So I did a pretty good job at this, getting the size right. So let's get my mouse over here so you can see the presentation. So this is the Insta360 ONE RS 1-inch 360 edition, co-engineered with Leica, built to adapt. So if you're not familiar with the Insta360 series, there are a bunch of building pieces of a camera. So you've got this middle part right here is the brains of the operation. It is the core. It has all of the firmware in it. It has a screen on one side and can be plugged in to the lens this way or the other way. So depending on what type of mods you have, you can either have the screen facing you or the screen facing the subject. And then all of them have a battery piece. Most of the time, the battery is kind of on the bottom, like right here. It's a big red battery or a big black battery. And then this, since they are making this camera more like a handheld vlogging unit, that's why this is a vertical battery, and they can get a lot of length out of this battery. So this battery is a lot bigger than the other batteries. And then they put this case around it to hold the size and the weight of this top mod. The other mods that have been released snap into place, and I'm sure this one's going to snap into place too. But since this has two large lenses on it, it's going to be a lot heavier on top. And so they built a case to make sure that you don't drop that piece of equipment. All right. They've put this slit in the case for all of the microphones. And there's a hole right here for the LED. And then you've got the shutter button and the power button is what is on each side. The other prediction that I got wrong was that these were going to be magnets. Nobody's talked about that. So when I get mine, I'm going to see if those are magnets. I would love to be able to just snap two of these together and make a VR 180 setup. But maybe that's coming in the future. Maybe, I don't know. All right. So Shifted said, did you order one? I can't find a video anywhere that is 360. I want to see it in my Oculus before buying. So Shifted, I should get it next week, and that's the first thing I'm going to do is make some 360 videos out of it. That was my frustration with the Sphere too. Most people didn't put 360 videos out of the Sphere, but I have several videos on my YouTube channel with the Insta360 Sphere that are in 360, and I've been watching them in my Meta Quest 2. But yeah, definitely. And I saw the Potato Jet put his on a drone. One of the things that I'm going to do is on my YouTube channel, I use DroneLink to create automated missions to fly my my drones around. So there is a video on my YouTube channel of the ballpark that's flown at 5 miles an hour. It's really, really slow. I'm going to put this on my DJI Inspire and fly it. And so hopefully I'll be able to build a mission and compare the Sphere to the 1-inch edition. So that's one of my plans coming up. But I think this is a beautiful camera. I love the fact that it's all black. I love the fact that it's huge. What's up, Brent? Welcome to the chat. I see you made it home, I think. Not driving and chatting anymore. So I think I'm going to go through the website, and then I'm going to come back to these two videos. Okay. Whoa. Here's a really crazy animation. So this is a USB-C from the battery, and you can see it's got this square around it. That snaps into, on the core, there's a door that you take off. And once you take that door off, there's the SD card and a USB-C port right there. So that's what that's snapping into. This part of the core would usually snap into the bottom battery, but right now it's snapping into the side battery. And then the side battery, well, it's on the side of the core. This vertical battery is going into this case. And I assume that this is basically just a plastic case like the cage that comes with the RS, but just in a different format. You can see it sliding down into this this case right here. This case has a little door right here you can open it up and plug a microphone adapter into there. So there's a USB-C down here, and there's a pass-through that goes from here up into here. It's a really amazing system. And then you can tell that this is a Leica lens, and it's a super summicron, I don't know, summicron A, and then 1/2 to 2/6, and then a spherical lens. And it's got two of these. It's got one of these on both sides. You can see the little red LED shining through to let you know that you're recording. The ultimate creative tool, unbeatable 360-degree image quality in a compact device that's ready to go anywhere. With an interchangeable lens design, it's ultra versatility and upgradable too. Oh, it's ultra versatile and upgradable too. Over here on the side, we've got a label of FlowState stabilization. So it's got really good stabilization. In my opinion, the FlowState stabilization is better than GoPro stabilization. And the reason I say that is because Insta360 has these little cameras that come through, like the 4K, and the original 1-inch edition mod has a stabilization that's more like a GoPro or like an FPV drone. It kind of moves from side to side, whereas the stabilization on the 360 camera has the horizon locked. And these cameras figure out what lenses attached to them, and they have different stabilization formulas for whatever lens is hooked up. So let's address this question from Shifted. Do you think the quality will be good enough to vlog on for VR, where the trees in the background, etc., won't look distorted or too bad? So that's an interesting question. My Insta360 Pro, I think everything in VR looks bad in the background. I have yet to see a video that is in 3D where the background looks just as good as the foreground. And I'll give you an example. Like this. The point of my lens, where my camera is, it takes me a while to get my camera where it's at so that my background is blurry, because there's not much distance between me and back there. And so I don't want people to focus on my background, even though the background looks cool and there's drone videos flying around and stuff like that. I never want people to focus on my background. So one of the, I'm going through, and right now I'm using my 2 GoPros to make a VR 180 rig. And I'm going through all these tutorials from all these different guys. And the biggest thing is focusing both eyes on the subject. So if I'm like a talking head, like an interview, I want you guys to look at me. I don't want you guys to, look around in the background and do all that kind of stuff, even though I put a bunch of stuff in the background to kind of hint at other things that I do. But I ultimately want you to focus on me. So I don't know. I think the distortion might come from the headset and the field of view on the headset. You're meant to be immersed into the video, and you're meant to be immersed in VR. And like right now, I'm looking at my lens. I can see here. I can see everything over here in my peripheral. But I'm not focused on it. The problem with VR is when I move my head over here, the camera is supposed to move over there sometimes it doesn't do that all the time, especially on like desktops and stuff like that, that you're watching a 360 video on a desktop. Sometimes that doesn't work out much either. So I hope that answers your question. But I think with the resolution, I think it will be crispier. But it's all in how you use it. I think even the Canon dual lens system, I think things look distorted in that. So I guarantee you it's not going to look better than that. So hopefully that answers your question. But at like a $750 price range, this camera is ridiculous compared to what we spent $700 on. Like, I spent $800 on. Let me get it. So, just to give you perspective, bringing out a dinosaur. Have it. I need to fire this up again, see what it can do. Get the fingerprints off the lens. So I think I spent like $800 to $1,000 on this guy back in the day. This is the Garmin Verb 360. And out of all the 360 cameras I have, this is my favorite one as far as build quality. I mean, it is a little beast of a camera. And what's up, Bob Casey? Uh-oh, we got another language in the chat. Somebody translate for me. But this is where I kind of started from. This is the first like professional 360 camera that I bought. It shot 4K in camera and then 5.2K if you recorded the two lenses separately and then stitched them together in the Verb app. But I loved this little camera so much, and I feel like that little mod is going to blow this camera out of the water. And we're like, what, 4 years from when this camera was popular. So I love this camera. I'm going to get out and play with this camera this week, just for kicks. And I think the Garmin Verb 360 was kind of the first camera that I had that was modular. It had all these different little mounts that you could plug it into, and you could plug it into an old battery, and not an old battery, but like a mobile battery and stuff like that. So yeah. Shifted said, I used a Verb, wasn't happy with the quality of it. Did you use the Verb when it was new, or did you buy the Verb later? Because the quality was really, really good compared to all the other cameras that were around at the time, like the Gear 360 and the Measphere. So I'm curious. So Shifted used it when it was brand new. Nice. All right, so I'm going to get back into this. So this is the lens, co-engineered with Leica. Partnering exclusively with Insta360, Leica brings legendary expertise in optical design and state-of-the-art imaging to 360 cameras. Here is an animation of the two sensors that are in this mod. So it has a dual 1-inch sensor. Now it says here that it's a 1-inch sensor, and someone commented that it was like a 1-inch sensor. But this says 1-inch sensor right here on the website. So I'm just going to go by with what their marketing material says. Just beautiful quality footage from these sensors. So image quality that blows other compact 360 cameras out of the water. Share an immersive 360 degrees or reframe the traditional flat video. I'll be interested to see what kind of flat video we can get out of it. Oh, great. Thanks, Jim. So Jim translated for me. So John Alexander Garcia says, hello, is it possible to generate photographic shots of 360 panoramic spherical necessary to take virtual tours? Yes. Yes, you can take 21 megapixel 360 photos with this. And it doesn't have GPS in it, but it has GPS on your phone. So if you care about taking like street view photos, you can do that with the app. And you used to be able to upload straight to Google. I don't know if you can still do that or not. Street View used to be a huge part of the app. All right, here it is right here. 21 megapixel, 360 degree photos. Capture the world around you in sharp definition with seamless stitching. And I'd like to note that these are from a 1-inch sensor, so they let a lot more light in. So a lot of these shots that they're showing off are at night, and that is really what this 360 camera is about. So one of the other tests that I'm going to do as soon as I get it in the mail is I'm going to do a low light test. I love doing low light tests because I think just about any camera screws up in low light. And so, sometimes you want to take a picture when you're on a date, and you're on a date in, 10 o'clock at night, overlooking the water, and, her hair is blowing in the wind, and you want to take a photo, and you can't take a photo because your camera sucks at night. So I'm going to compare the 360 mod to the 1-inch 360 mod. Do photos and video. So pretty excited about doing those tests. All right, Shifted's got to head out. Thanks for hanging out, man. So here's an example of a low light time lapse. I have a feeling they're doing time lapses because it's a whole lot easier to take a low light photo than it is to take a low light video. And so what these are doing is they're taking a bunch of photos, which is fine though. This Aurora Borealis shot is ridiculous. Dual 1-inch sensors reveal details in the shadows like no 360 camera seen before. It's a pretty bold statement, but I would say out of all the 360 cameras out there, the Insta360 Titan and the Pro and the Pro 2, those have really, really good cameras in them. I would think like Obsidian, but like all of those are like thousands of dollars. I was lucky enough to get a Insta360 Pro for about 800 maybe, or three. No, I think I got it for 300. But I was very, very lucky and very blessed to get that. Here's another video of stabilization. We've seen a lot of these videos. Stabilization has been something that is in just about every camera now. But gimbal-like stabilization from people that are not trained to run a gimbal or not trained to take video. This is a camera I can put in my 14-year-old son's hand and get some good video out of it. He recorded me with the GoPro Max at Disneyland or Disney World when I was building my lightsaber, and he did a great job because the camera just did all the work for him. So super cool. 360 horizon lock. I think this is a pretty cool shot. Guy on the motorcycle leaning back and forth, but the horizon is locked perfectly. Very cool. Here's another shot of it. You can see that it's got a 1/4-20 on the bottom of it. This is the door that has the battery in it. And you can tell on the side that it's a really hard, kind of a premium plastic on the sides. So that's really nice. Kind of like what you'd see on a Canon camera, like a nice DSLR. I wish my selfie stick would disappear like that, and I could just like make it appear when I need it. Yeah, here's an example of what the screen looks like, so you can see what you're filming. It's wonderful. Impossible third-person views, guaranteed to blow minds with the invisible selfie stick. Something that's going to be nice about this is Bob Casey. Yeah, I'm trying something new, but I put them all at 5 minutes, so every 5 minutes they all go off at the same time. So I got to fix that. I was watching Dad Random's chat today, and I was like, oh, those are cool. So I just copied all of his and then changed the names and stuff like that to kind of match my chat, and they just started going crazy. So, but what's nice about this being a bigger 360 camera, is that you're not stuck with a tiny little selfie pole. You can use a thicker pole, which takes a lot of the, like that shot right there. I don't know if I can rewind this. There's a shot right there with a when he's got it on the Jeep, and it's a thick pole. So pretty awesome. Yeah, that's the pole. That's awesome. So AI powered imaging. I think this is really cool. So Pure Shot uses artificial intelligence to get the images back. So that time lapse that we saw of this this Asian temple, that was done with this Pure Shot. Less noise, more detail, better shots. Turn on Pure Shot to make a higher dynamic range powered by AI. And then you've got Pure Shot HDR. So I don't know if you saw that animation coming in. There are 3 images that were put together, taking shadows, like the sun and these shadows is pretty impossible to get in one shot. So it's a combination of 3 different shots that are blended together to get all of the dynamic range. So Bob Casey says, what did you do with that super long pole you had for your 360? Pretty sure this is it. I haven't used it in a long time. Yeah, this is it. I don't think my office is big enough. Yep, my office isn't big enough. I like it. It is very, I like it because it's carbon fiber, but I mean, it kind of just, it's like, this one wasn't thought out very well. They have another one that's better. This is the OG, this is the original. And it had, I don't know, it's more like a long fishing pole. You know those fishing poles where it's like a whole bunch of fiberglass poles that kind of nest in each other and you kind of toss it out. That's kind of what that pole is. And so it's either all the way extended or not. And not doesn't even function. So how big is that thing? I want to say it's 3 meters. I'm pretty sure it's 3 meters long. It's super long, but I also have one. I have a pole downstairs that is 25 feet long. It's a big painter's pole that I bought at Home Depot, and then on Amazon I bought a converter that converts like a paint roller. You know that screw that's on the end of a pole that you screw into a paint roller. It converts a paint roller into a 1/4-20 that I can put that I can put any kind of camera on it. So that's a good idea. I might get that up, and I might take that out at the ballpark. That might be a fun video to do at the ballpark with a huge, like a super tall pole. Yeah, so the one I used at the ballpark was the one I just showed you, and I'm pretty sure it's 3 meters long. But at the ballpark that I was at, the stands that I was, like the level of the picnic tables that I was at, I think was halfway up the fence for the ballpark. That's the original ballpark where I used to fly it all the time. It's nice to have people in here that know the channel. Makes me feel good. So, okay, so we've gotten through that. It also has a quick menu. This is already on the RS, so a lot of this stuff isn't new. But you can set up these different little modes. Oh, let me show my screen again. It's got these little modes on it, so you can pick like Cinema 1 video, Cinema 2 photo, and you like these quick modes, so you can go figure out what settings you're going to need while you're out there filming, and then click on the little, just like GoPro does. I don't need to talk about that much more. Here's it splashing in the water. So it is water resistant, not waterproof. So you can't take this into the ocean. You can't go swimming with this 360 camera. That's what this guy's for. That's what the One X2 is for. Just because it's modular and it snaps together, there's a lot of opportunity for water to get in there. So it's not really weather sealed. It's pretty much weather sealed, but IPX3 water resistant. So there's that. Long life battery. It has a 1,350 milliamp vertical battery base. Provides you with all the power you need for high level productions. It's got a quick reader. It does not come with the 1-inch edition, but it is available with this camera. I'm not going to talk about it now though, because it's an accessory that you can get. Insta360 app, wonderful. This is kind of neat. They got a snap wizard. So something they recently added is the ability to snap in different spots. So you can move over, and then when you click on it again, it snaps. So that might just be a new word for keyframes, but you can either snap or edit. So that's pretty cool. More ways to reframe. Here's the keyframes, which is what we're all used to, putting little keyframes. And a couple weeks ago with the Sphere, I showed you guys Deep Track 2.0. Very, very cool way of tracking. You just kind of draw, you draw a square around your subject, and then it will track the entire time. That dog running on the beach, pretty awesome. And then auto frame will just go through and pick things that you need to, that it thinks you should frame on. So it's grabbing that sign, and then it's grabbing another sign. So it's going and just kind of looking for things, which is kind of cool. This is something I'm really excited about. So this is a star lapse. And I'm going to camp, and I'm going to camp on the 8th. So I'm hoping that this camera comes in the mail and I can take it to camp with me, because we'll be out in the middle of nowhere and I won't have all this light pollution from the city, and I want to do some star lapses. Here's a Cinelapse, which is pretty cool. And then here's a Sky Swap. So there's that. There's Time Shift, Multi-View. I think multi-view is pretty cool. I think road trips and vlogs and stuff like that would be really, really cool. Insta360 Studio. I'm planning on doing some tutorials on Insta360 Studio, how to use that. And then live streaming. I've never really had success with live streaming with the 360 cameras, just because I have a live streaming setup and my office is clean right behind me, and that's about it. So anytime that I would want to do a 360 live stream, I would want to do it somewhere else. I've tried to do it. I think maybe I could do it maybe in the backyard or something, but live streaming from this camera really takes a lot of bandwidth, and you really need a high bandwidth Wi-Fi signal in order to do it. And usually I try to do it where nobody's around and stuff like that, and there's no Wi-Fi signal there either. So People Apostle says, yeah, that ballpark long stick video looked like you were filming from a drone. Yep. Yeah, that's a good video. That was a fun morning. So they also have it on here as a webcam. Crisp, clear calls, whether you're in the office or at home. Forget about awkward huddles around the computer screen. ONE RS captures everything in 360 split screen. So that's pretty cool. Bring out the details, blah, blah, blah. So this is at a glance everything that we just talked about. So 21 megapixel 360 photos. That's a really good image, y'all. FlowState stabilization, IPX3 water resistant, 6K 360 video, dual 1-inch sensor, horizon lock, auto editing, invisible selfie stick, large battery, superb low light, and pure shot HDR. These are some of the accessories. I've got this on the way, invisible mic bracket. I made one of my own, but I want to get the official one because it's made for the Rode Wireless Goes, and so I have those, so I'm pretty excited about that. So I wanted to go to the store real quick. If you're planning on buying this camera, I would love for you to click on my link down below to be redirected to Insta360 and buy the camera from them, but using my link. It really, really helps out the channel if you use that affiliate link. But so there's a couple different editions. The edition that I bought this morning is the 1-inch 360 lens upgrade bundle. And so I'll click on that and show you what I'm getting. So I'm getting the case, the battery, and the lens. And I already have the ONE RS, okay? But even if I just had the ONE R, this is the kit I would buy, because you can use the ONE R core or the ONE RS core. They're both compatible with this lens. So this bundle does not include a core. It is designed for users who already own a 1R or a 1RS core. Okay, so it's compatible with both. I don't know if there's different functionality with RS as opposed to the R, but it is compatible with both of them. And something that I've been doing lately is I've been doing PayPal Pay in 4. So it's interest-free payments. So you basically just pay in 4 payments as opposed to paying for it immediately. So, and it's every 2 weeks. So I get paid every 2 weeks. So it works out for me. So that's that edition. And then the actual edition comes with the core as well. They also have the Get Set kit. And it also comes with the selfie stick. I'm hoping it's this selfie stick. I can't really tell if it's that one or not, but I love that one. Then the all-purpose kit comes with a selfie stick and a tripod base. And I think that's all we're going to talk about with that. So let's see what this is capable of. I'm going to show a video of, these are some examples. Pretty big in her hand. And all these examples are low light examples. You can see how big it is compared to the tiny little selfie cam. But some very cool shots. I don't even know what that thing is. I don't know where they are. They're in all these rooms full of lights. But I'm impressed with it. I still don't think any of these videos could replace like a cinema camera or maybe even a GoPro. But as far as a 360 camera goes, that is consumer, that is in the consumer price range but has professional features, this is pretty awesome. But really jazzed about the low light on this camera, low light capabilities. It all looks pretty soft to me. Not much of it is crispy. So I'll be anxious to see what you can do with it, what I can get out of it. But I'm pretty excited to do some long exposures with it, some star lapses. That's pretty cool, whatever's going on there. So yeah. So that's it, y'all. That is the Insta360 ONE RS 360 edition. I'll be really excited when I can't see through this anymore and it's an actual camera. If it's anything like when I purchased the Insta360 Sphere, the Sphere, it took about 2 days to start shipping, and then and it was a holiday too. It was some holiday when I bought it, maybe Memorial Day. But it happened to work out so that it was going through all of the customs stuff overseas, and then, by the time it got to me, or by the time it got to the US, the holiday was over. and it just kind of hit regular shipping days. Hopefully, I mean, I think it took like 6 days for me to get it last time. So today is Tuesday. It will probably get to me maybe next Tuesday. I'm hoping I have it by next Tuesday, and we can actually look at it. But the day I get it in the mail, I'm taking it out and doing something with it. Probably a low light test or a drone test. Probably my first thing I do. And for shifted motovlogs, I will upload a 360 video. I think it's very important to put 360 videos up on YouTube from 360 cameras. A lot of people are using 360 cameras now to reframe, but VR is dying, y'all. And we got to get some good videos up there, or else VR is just going to go to the wayside. So yeah, that's about all we have for tonight's show. I need to go talk to Streamlabs and tell Streamlabs to calm down a little bit. No, something else that Streamlabs is doing is it's moderating too. So hopefully it's keeping people from putting cuss words in there and all that kind of stuff too. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. Good things happening on the club. If you guys have any live streams that you like to watch, make sure that you post them on the club and we can add them to the calendar. I found a lot of live streams from Chris that I haven't really watched. So I've been kind of going out and checking out their live streams and seeing what I can do better and all that. So hope you guys have a wonderful week. I will catch you guys on the next video. Please like, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell for notifications when I put out more videos about 360 cameras, drones, action cameras, all the good stuff. Have a wonderful day, y'all. Peace out.